Tonight, China's scrambling to control a sudden outbreak, 3,000 new COVID cases, and this is in the face of a zero COVID policy. This is according to Reuters. Authorities tonight ramping up restrictions and mass testing to contain the virus as outrage grows in China. COVID limits are taking precedence over everything else. I want to warn you that what you are about to see in this report is disturbing. Selena Wang is out front.
A 14-year-old girl lies in bed, convulsing at a COVID quarantine facility in China. Someone comes over saying the kid has a fever of 104 degrees Fahrenheit and no one is coming. She died soon after. A man who says he's the girl's father posted this video online, filming his daughter's body. He's demanding justice. I beg the Communist Party to investigate, he says. CNN hasn't been able to independently verify the videos. They've been censored in China. Along with these videos of a father desperately trying to revive his 3-year-old son, he can't get his child to the hospital fast enough because of COVID restrictions in Lanzhou City. The boy later died. Enraged residents took to the streets. Swarms of armed police held them back. In Lanzhou City, some were forced to quarantine outside in the cold, in parking lots. This viral video, which CNN could not verify, shows others forced to stay in male bathrooms, sleeping under urinals. In year 3 of the pandemic, every positive case and close contact is still sent to government quarantine facilities like these. And this one, the video says it's a quarantine site for kids in Henan province. A little boy jumping on bricks to avoid the pool of dirty liquid. This is where they use the bathroom. Distraught parents crowd outside to protest. Protesters rush to the streets in Lhasa, Tibet, demanding the end of a lockdown that's lasted for more than 80 days. And in Zhengzhou City, workers are fleeing Apple's biggest iPhone plant after a COVID outbreak. Masses of workers carrying their luggage walk long distances across highways, through villages, even farm fields. Those left behind at the factory claim living conditions are subpar. Videos appear to show workers literally fighting for boxes of supplies. China's leader Xi Jinping claims zero COVID puts lives above all else. But for many, it's precisely the policy itself that's ruining their lives. This woman sobs on the ground, crying that after she was caught with her mask pulled down, the government suspended her business for 30 days, losing a month's income. Metal spikes, which the man filming says were installed on a compound gate to prevent residents from leaving, or red plastic barriers. This one separating a father from his daughter. The little girl, worried, asks her dad how he's going to get home. But her father, like millions across China, likely has no idea when he can go home or when all of this will end.
That is an unbelievable report. It's just jaw on the floor watching it, Selena. And obviously you're in Beijing in the morning there. You're under quarantine here, which people are listening around the world saying, is this really real that we're seeing this in November 2022? What is your quarantine like right now?
Yeah, Erin, I'm in the middle of a 10-day government-mandated quarantine. It's because I came into China from overseas, so there's various types of quarantine. Quarantine for close contacts, people who've gotten COVID, people who've come in from overseas. The last time I was in quarantine, I was actually on your show. That time it was a 21-day government-mandated quarantine. This time it's just 10. But every time I re-enter this country, it's this shocking, jarring, dystopian experience. So you get off the airplane, you sit on a bus for many hours, you get sent to a sealed quarantine facility, then the doors shut. I get woken up every morning with a knock on my door from a COVID worker that takes my PCR test. I took some photos of the food. You'll see it gets left outside on my door 3 times a day. No choice in food. You got to eat what they deliver. And also, I stuck my arm outside briefly to film this. Every few hours, you can smell and hear disinfectant because there's a COVID worker in a hazmat suit with a giant machine spraying disinfectant in the hallway. So it's no surprise, Erin, that China has become increasingly isolated during the pandemic. We've all got to go through this if you're coming into the country.